Um, Hello everyone. In the next two video clips, I'm going to put 20 questions and answers that are at the beginning, all to do with all the units that you do in the AS in the first year of the A-level OCR course. They're all my questions, and I've done about nearly 800 questions and answers in the last 5 to 6 years. But on each of these small, short lessons, I'll be doing maybe 20 questions and answers. What I want you to do is that when you see the question like this one, you pause. I will actually, at the beginning of the question, I'll tell you how many minutes you should spend doing it, right? So you pause on this question, and then after you're done, you press play again, and then you will see the answer immediately after that. Is that clear? And then the next question exactly the same. I'll be sitting on my chair. All I'll be doing is that when I go to questions, I just tell you how many minutes you've got. All right? And then these 20 or 40 questions that I have for you prepared to begin with. In the first folder, I probably wrote these questions about 6 years ago. I'll tell you how many minutes you have, and then that's it. And look at the answer. If it's correct, you tick. If it's not, then you make corrections before you move. Learn from your mistakes before you move to the next question. Okay? So, all right. So this question, as you can see, is AS. So, strongly heated, etc., original mass. So spend from now 5 minutes. Yeah. And then you don't, of course, look at the next page, and then the answer is there. Second question, 16.5 grams of pentamonium is oxidized under reflux, 11.4 grams of product is recovered. Calculate percentage yield, calculate percentage atom economy. It is advisable that you actually write the questions down as well. So again, 5 minutes, answer. I'll try to pause on the answer a little bit longer so you can. Point 1, so this is acid-alkali titration, 5 minutes. Discuss the shape of selenium chloride. Again, it's an AS question, first year. This also should give yourself between 4 to 5 minutes for this. Discuss the trend of first ionization energy across period 2 with particular reference to any anomalies. Now, this I will give you, because you have to discuss and talk about anomalies, 6 minutes. Draw the skeletal EZ isomers for non-3-ene. So EZ isomers for non-3-ene, 3 minutes. Name, you've got 1, 2, 3 compounds to name, organic compounds to name. 4 minutes. These are iodine, by the way. Iodine, iodine, iodine. Now, this is going to take a little bit to work out the oxidation states of the elements underlined. So, for example, here you need to know what is the oxidation state of vanadium. Over there, what's the oxidation state of nitrogen. So there are 3 and 3, 6, and 4, 10, and 4, 14. For each of them, I think in total, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. I actually haven't given the answers for that one. Oh, this is the, sorry, this is the 409 question. So you do that, I'll provide the answers later on for those. Question 10, balance the equations. So there are 5 questions: magnesium oxide plus phosphoric acid, sodium carbonate plus sulfuric acid plus aluminium hydroxide. That's a nonane plus oxygen, complete combustion. You should know what that means. And C11H24 plus oxygen, again, write a complete combustion. For the 5 of them at this stage, you should not be spending anything more than a minute. Otherwise, you've got issues balancing equation. So for the 5 equations, you've got 6 minutes. Show the effect of temperature changes as well as the use of the catalyst on the distribution of particles collision leading to product on a Boltzmann distribution diagram. Well, that writing the question should take you longer than actually answering it. "12 grams of barium is provided to you, to us, to make a pure, clean sample of barium sulfate. Propose how you would produce the salt as required. Calculate the expected yield of barium sulfate." The expected yield, by that I mean the theoretical yield, how much, if given 12 grams. So you have to talk about purification process, etc. And then there's the answer. Forget about these are nothing to do with you. Question 13. 4.5 grams of aluminium oxide is reacted with sulfuric acid. 4.1 gram of the salt is prepared. Calculate percentage yield. A very honest question, not twisted at all. And the answer. Question 14. Sulfur dioxide is reacted with more oxygen using vanadium pentoxide to make sulfur trioxide gas. This reaction is carried out in a closed system. If the reaction is exothermic, what reaction conditions would you propose and why? And there's the answer. A group 1 element is reacted with water. The gas that is produced is burnt in air, cooled and condensed. 14 grams of the condensed product is isolated. What is the mass of the element? If that element in group 1 was sodium or if it was cesium. It's a relatively challenging question, requires a little bit of thought. There's the answer. Question 16, again AS question. These are all, have so far all been AS questions. Dot and cross diagram for carbon monoxide, for protonium ion, H3O+, and for sodium sulfate. And there was the answer. Question 17, draw a simple spectra, both ion and mass spec, for is propanoic acid. And there's the answer. Question 18, as X gram of sodium is reacted with water, the solution is made up to 250 milliliter in a volumetric flask. 25 milliliter of this solution is neutralized by 16 milliliter of 0.2 molar sulfuric acid. Well, if that is the case, calculate the mass of X. And there is the answer. A 10 kilogram piece of copper ore containing copper carbonate is first crushed and pulverized, then the silicate impurity is removed. The carbonate is heated and reacted with carbon. Calculate the percentage of copper if 36 grams of carbon was needed to produce copper. This is AS A2. And the last question on this video clip, draw and discuss the ion and mass spec including fragmentation patterns for propanol, propanone, and propanoic acid. And if you're for IR, I've suggested that you can actually do, use the same spectrograph, but draw your spectra using 3 different colors. And that is the answer. And for the mass spec. So there are the first 20 questions. The next video I'll give you questions 21 to 40. Okay, thank you.